Hello, bookworms. Welcome to the weekly reading vlog. I am very excited for this vlog. We're going camping and I'm taking you with me. And I'm extremely excited because where we are going, we're going to a campsite specifically because it is near somewhere. Yeah, I'm just really excited. So, it is a reading vlog. However, the reading might be more in the weekend rather than during a week. We'll see. I'll go on to the reads in a minute. But we're doing a week-long reading vlog, so it's currently the 31st of May at the minute. It's bank holiday Monday. I'm doing this all the way through till Sunday. We are going camping tomorrow and we are going for 2 nights. So we're going Tuesday, Wednesday, and we leave on Thursday, but we're going to have like a day out anyway on Thursday. My daughter has just broken up from school. She broke up on Friday, so she's got a week-long half term. This is actually the first half term she's with me and not got holiday with her dad. So I'm happy because, you know, I have a whole week long of having some fun with Alice and we're going camping. She's extremely excited for camping. We went last year for the first time ever with her. She loved it. She was in her element and we were like, right, we will never go abroad, not with stuff that's going on at the moment, but not at her age because she can be a bit angsty. So camping holiday is perfect for us. So yeah, we're going camping on Tuesday. We're going about a 40-minute to an hour drive depending on traffic. But the campsite we're going to is a 30-minute drive from this massive big woodland park called Puzzlewood. If you don't know what it is, it's just a massive big woodland forest. But Puzzlewood has been involved with Merlin, the BBC One TV adaptation, and they filmed a lot of Merlin in there. They filmed some parts of Star Wars movie at the woods. Country Files being there, which my mum and nan would watch. Maddie from Do You Know, if you've got young kids, you will know who I mean, but she's done things at the woods. Yeah, it's a very known woods. It's somewhere I wanted to go to for a very long time. It is beautiful there. There's so much to do for all ages, for adults, for kids, for teenagers. It's like for everyone. There's little sections that have like little fairy stuff, which Alice is looking forward to that. And from what I've seen, there is like a Roman trail that's happening, and if you download the app you can find all these things and all that. So I think we might do that for Alice because she will probably have fun doing that. We're going to take a picnic and have a picnic there. Yeah, I'm really excited to finally visit it. It's meant to be an absolute lovely day, so that's even better. But yeah, I thought since this week is going to be a really fun week, I'm going to take you along with me. In regards to reading, I do need to read, as I have 3 books that I need to read and review all on the same day, which is on Friday. And yeah, I haven't even, like, I've started 2 of them, but I haven't made much of a reading with them. But yeah, so these 3 books are what I really do need to read, basically. So first up is Cut from the Same Cloth. It's Muslim Women on Life in Britain. It's a non-fiction book. I am currently on page 58. I am very much enjoying this. It's very informative, and I've already quite a few times been gobsmacked by it. Also, my nails match this cover and the top, well, crop top. We're matching with the book today, but yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to be trying to read some of this. It is a non-fiction. I can just feet in and out of it. I understand the pretense of what's going on this. Yeah, I'm feeting in and out of this, but I am enjoying it. I wouldn't say it's an easy read because there's obviously very important topics and information in it, but I'm enjoying myself, so I'm like, it's not taking me long to go through this. So yeah, hopefully we'll be reading some of that while I'm away. Also, I've got A Public Murder by Antoinette Moses. I am on page 59, chapter 7. This is like a crime thriller. I'm enjoying this. This is very good. Very easy, quick read, so this won't take me overly long to read either. Obviously it's Monday, we're not going camping till tomorrow, so I'm going to do quite a big chunk of reading in a minute once I filmed this. So got that. I am enjoying this. And then I've also got Summer in the City by Fiona Collins. I haven't started this yet, but this is like a YA contemporary romance. It sounds really good. It's got blind representation in this, which I really like. So yeah, I will start lists maybe today, or if not I might read some when we're travelling to a campsite. But I've got this, so they're the 3 that I really definitely need to read because obviously I need to review them all on Friday. But I also have Crave by Tracy Wolf that I'm going to take with me because I actually have the audiobook of this, and I thought depending on the lighting in our tent, because we have got some lights with us, but if it's too bright we probably won't have them on, or if they're not too bright then reading will be a bit hard. So I thought if I can't physically read, I've got audiobook for this and I can just follow along on here. I am going to take my book light with me, but that can be a bit hit and miss with lighting on it. So, but yeah, so I've got lists to listen for on audio wise. So these are coming with me camping. I am doing a 24-hour readathon on Friday, so from like Friday evening to Saturday evening, because I have some other books that I do need to read after these. So I thought if I read as much of my tour books as I can, then I've got all the rest of this June to read my whatever-a-thon prompt books that I've all got to read, because we have 37 books to read in June, guys. I need to wax them out quite quickly. So that's the reading side of things. In regards to everything else, you're going to come camping with me. I'm going to give you little clips of where we are, what we're doing, and yeah, it's just going to be a really fun, energetic, sunny vlog, because it's absolutely gorgeous in the UK at the minute. This weekend it just went absolutely boiling hot sunny. All I have done is sit in the garden and read. I've got quite a little bit of a tan going on, which I'm quite happy about, because I was getting a bit pasty white. So yeah, the weather is nice. The weather is nice when we're going camping, which is a bonus, because I do not like camping when it's miserable and cold and wet, because you are miserable, cold and wet. So yeah, that is the plan for this vlog. I'm going to try and read, but at the same time, I'm on holiday. I'm going to go and enjoy myself. I don't want to just spend all my holiday reading. I'm on holiday to go and have fun with my family, just chill, relax, enjoy the sunshiny weather, and just be with people I love. So I will probably read in the evening, but at the same time, I'm sort of like, I'm on holiday. I didn't know I was going on holiday when I agreed to these tours, but you know, holiday and family are more important to me, so yeah. But yeah, so that's the plan, and I don't know whether I'll do like lots of check-ins sort of thing, because obviously if I'm not reading, I haven't got any reading check-ins to do, but I will fleet in and out and talk to you and tell you any updates I need to tell you, basically. But I hope you enjoy this really exciting, fun-filled vlog. And yeah, I will catch up with you all a little bit later. It's camping day! Oh, we're excited. Excuse me. I just wanted to come and do a quick book update, because it's probably the only book update I'm going to give you. I still haven't read any of Summer in the City, so I am going to read this in the car while we're going to the campsite. So I will do some of that reading in the car. Obviously I've got this as a backup, because it's on audio, but I haven't actually read any of it yet, but it's a sort of a backup if I can't read any of the other books because it's too dark or whatever. I can just listen to this. I read one more essay of this yesterday, so I'm now on page 72. I'm really enjoying this, and I think I'm going to concentrate on this and this one as much as I can while I'm camping. But this is fantastic. It's all different essays. It's so hard hitting but educational, and my eyes are like really opening with everything that's been said in here. The few essays I have read so far are a little bit like not a rant. It's not as joyful as, like they said, there's going to be some hard-hitting ones and some that are actually positive and happy, and the ones I've read so far are more hard-hitting and quite upsetting, which is understandable considering what the topics are talking about. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and I will continue reading more of that and concentrating on this. And then I read more of Public Murder because I'm thoroughly enjoying this. So I'm now on chapter 15, page 130. So I've read that, I've got that much left. I'm not overly worried about this book. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. When I'm reading it, I'm like going really fast. It's a very quick read, so I'm taking it with me. But if I don't pick it up while I'm camping, I'm not so worried, because when we come back on Thursday night, I can just concentrate reading on this, and it won't take me long to finish it because I'm thoroughly enjoying it. But because I've read quite a decent chunk of this, I'm going to just give you a background what this is about. So we're following our main protagonist, which is D.I. Pam Gregory, who has just finished a stint and managed to arrest a very big known drug dealer, and she's just gone back to the police to sort it all out, put him into jail and all of that, when she is brought to another case, and so now she can't finish that off. She has to go to this other case because a archaeologist, Stephanie Michaels, is found murdered in the gallery that she works in. So what's the gallery called? Hang on. It's the Fitzwilliam Museum, and basically there's a massive big archaeologist dig that happened that Stephanie Michaels was part of, and they've brought lots of things back from Greece to Cambridge in London, and she was found murdered. The murder itself is self-explanatory. She got hit in the head to make her unconscious, then she got stabbed multiple times, and then once she was dead, she was impaled on this big massive golden bull statue thing that she digged up when she did her archaeologist dig in Greece. Basically it's a very straightforward murder. It's sort of now trying to find why. So the murderer themselves has been very sloppy. They've left footprints, fingerprints, they've left lots of DNA, and it's sort of like, it's either very mad in their head, like they've got mental health problems, so they don't care getting caught, or what, but it's a murder that's pretty much, he wants to be noticed. It's really, really good. I like the fact that it's a journey between Cambridge and Crete, and there's lots of like culture differences in here. It's really good. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm really enjoying Pam's character. She's very like independent, straight to it. I like the fact that this is very focusing on her opinion and her investigation, rather than like the murder's like point of view, or like running up to how this person got died. It's just focusing on the investigation and the DI. So I'm really enjoying this. Like I said, I might read a bit more when I'm camping, but if I don't, I'm not worried, because I can read this very fast because I'm thoroughly enjoying it. But yeah, so they're the reads. I'm going to concentrate on these two while I'm away. I'm going to read this in the car, and then between these two I'll feed in and out. But if I don't read, because obviously I'm camping, I am here to have fun with my family, I will just read a lot through Thursday and Friday. But we have got about 20 minutes before we head out, so I'm going to finish my last bit of packing, and the next time you probably see me will be at the campsite. So I will check in with you sometime then, or you'll just see lots of like B-rolls of the campsite and everything. But yeah, if I don't talk to you soon, it will be later on.
Forget the day we met, your eyes so blue, me pressing through. I can't forget the day we met, your smile so bright, it made me swoon. Our love is like a summer's day, hot and endless in a magic way. Whenever I see you, all I can think is my summer love. Been waiting for you, my love. My summer love, been waiting for you, my love. I can't forget the day we met. You looked so fly in your red Corvette. Your hair, your look, your everything. When I see it all, I knew that you were mine. I'm in love with your hair, your lips, your silhouette in the...
We're here. It is an absolute scorcher of a day. It is boiling. Like, I've had to like strip. It's hot, very hot. But we're at the campsite. The person who owns it's lovely. Our pitch is right next to the like playground bit, so Alice happy. Our tent's up. And yeah, my dad's gone to try and see if he can get a table because we didn't bring one. But other than that, we're all settled. We're boiling. I'm sweltering. I'm currently doing some colouring because I'm a big kid. But yeah, it's absolutely lovely here. The views are beautiful. It's just bloody hot. But yeah, I just thought I would let you know we're here, that we're having a nice time. I finally found a little shady spot that I can cook with, so I'm going to sit here now and I might pick up my book and read for a bit. But yeah, that's that. I will catch up with you all later.
My summer love, been waiting for you, my love. Completely a fool, been waiting for you, my love.
And she gets up to watch the morning news. Doesn't work no more, but tells a lot of stories about her youth. Drinks more lately, ain't got pills in many different colors too. Morning light is showing, she moves the chair to look out at her view. But her shop was built right across the street, and it stands where the sunrise used to be. In the afternoons on the couch to read, goes through old pictures and memories. Our heroes have been forgotten, our heroes so brave and bold. Our heroes have been forgotten, our heroes so they got old. Our heroes have been forgotten, our heroes so brave and bold. Our heroes have been forgotten, our heroes so they got old. Our heroes so they got old. Our heroes so they got old. Smiles they fade because her daughter only visits once a month. Since she got a family of her own, it's kept the two apart. Used to have so many visitors, but now the only one is the nurse that helps her move the chair to look out at the sun. But a shop was built right across the street, and it stands where the sunrise used to be. In the afternoons on the couch to read, goes through old pictures and memories. Our heroes have been forgotten, our heroes so brave and bold. Our heroes have been forgotten, our heroes so they got old. Our heroes have been forgotten, our heroes so brave and bold. Our heroes have been forgotten, our heroes so they got old. Day in, day out, it's the same road we're walking down. Same job, same town, 'cause we've been told that's the way our world goes round. Walking on the grounds we've always known, stepping on the footprints in the snow. But when it melts, the other ways will show. We're gonna make the footsteps on our own. That life can wait just for a while. That life can wait, so take that aside and just go on.
Hello, I'm back. Excuse the mess, I just got out of the shower. I just wanted to come and do a quick book update on what I read while away. So firstly, I read quite a bit of Crave. I'm on chapter 17, page 132, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this. This is very much Twilight meets Vampire Diaries meets like Legacies. Oh, I'm loving it. Like, literally not much has happened really yet, but I'm absolutely loving it. Oh, I could easily breeze through this, to be honest, but I do have other books to go on. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this, and I'm definitely going to continue reading it throughout this month, like in between all my reads. But yeah, I'm loving it. I did finish a book. I finished Cut from the Same Cloth. This is like an anthology of Muslim women, so each so there's different essays by different Muslim women. It varies from racism, politics, feminism, education. There's a lot going on. There were some bits that were a bit too political for me, and I was a bit like it lost my focus a bit. But most of it, I was thoroughly shocked by what I was reading. It's certainly given me a bit more education on Muslim and Muslim women's lives and all of that, especially their hijabs. I think I've said that right, I'm sorry if I don't. Like, because I've not been, I suppose in some ways I've always been curious why they're completely covered, and like, is it by choice or is it religion? And reading this, some of those questions that I've always wondered have been answered. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to give a rating for this just because it's non-fiction and it's not really something to rate, but definitely recommend this. It was very good, and yeah, it was a very big educational thing for me personally. So yeah, I enjoyed this, which surprised me because I'm not big into non-fiction. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. Then I'm going to be honest, I've got halfway through Summer in the City. I'm not going to continue reading it. I do not have the time, and I need to focus on the book that I didn't bring with me. I know exactly what's going to happen. It's very put there already, but basically Prue is a sort of a carer companion for her father who's completely blind. They're both really reclusive. They just stay at home, they don't go out. The one time Prue went out was to the dentist, and then, long story cut short, she got off the train to get onto another train in the underground to get home in London, and there was a jumper, and basically because Prue just had a filling done and she was quite hot and sweaty and puffy and looked a bit worse from where, this train person gave her a card of a counsellor. So anyway, she got home, and the following day she made an appointment, pretty much saying that she was witnessed the jumper and saw the jumper's body when she did it, but it was purely just to get a conversation. But anyway, she came out with all of her problems that she has, and then the counsellor was like suggested that she takes her dad out for day trips and be his eyes. So then, you know, she's out and about, gets ring. So that's what happens. And along the way, Prue meets someone and falls in love, and her dad starts becoming himself again, not an empty shell since he lost his guide dogs and all that. It's good. It's just, I really like the blind representation, and I think that's what's making me continue reading this, because of that, and because you don't get a lot of that, and it's very focused on that. It's just a bit bland. Other than that, like, the romance isn't overly like steamy or anything. It's just, it is more like, it sort of is more about family and friendships and, like, you know, in some sense mental health, but it's just, it's lacking something for me, and I already can see how it's going to end, and I'm just sort of like, I've got too much to read. I need to focus on the book that didn't take with me, because I still got a lot of that to read. So I'm not going to continue reading this because I know how it ends. I've already even gone to the last couple of chapters to make sure it was what I thought it was, and it did. So yeah, I'm not going to continue this because pretty much I know how it ends. But it's going to be a 3-star for me. It's just a bit bland for me. It's just not much going on. If there was going to be a romance, I felt like it just needed a bit more and a bit more steamy. But that's me personally. I'm going to concentrate on A Public Murder. I think when I last spoke to you, I'm on 130 chapter 15. So I'm going to focus this tonight. I don't think I'll finish it tonight. I might do, because I had a little nana nap when I came home. I'll either finish it tonight, or if not, I will be able to finish this in the morning to put my review up in the afternoon anyway. So it will be done by tomorrow. But yeah, so I did do some reading, which is good. We had an amazing time camping. It was brilliant. Good morning. It is 20 past 11 in the morning. It is Friday the 4th of June, and we are doing a 48-hour readathon. I was originally thinking about doing this as a separate video, but I thought, nah, the footage that I already got of this week isn't overly much of me talking or of me reading, so I'm just going to put this all together as one big week-long reading vlog, purely because I can't be bothered to edit videos twice. I can't be bothered to do 2 lots of editing. I'm lazy. I'm not in the mood to do so. And it means having to be indoors doing it rather than outside enjoying the sun. So I'm going to do this 48-hour readathon with my footage that I've got of my camping and being at Puzzlewood. So yeah, I'm going to start this like reading, like 48-hour readathon at 3 o'clock today, and then I'll do it to Sunday the 6th of June and end it at 3 o'clock then. My daughter's being picked up at 2 if her dad gets here on time. It depends on traffic, because obviously he's got quite a bit of travelling to get here. I also need to run to the post office, as I need to post Ree and Hannah's books that they lent me. I need to give it back to them, and I've also sent them a little something as well, because bless them, they've been, well, especially Hannah's gave me Home Before Dark in October, and I'm just giving it to her back today. So yeah, I'm giving her, both of them, some books that I've read that I think they will enjoy, just to say thank you, especially for Hannah, because, you know, she's lent me this book for months and I've finally given it back to her. In regards to reading, I am going to focus again on my tour books. I kind of just want to get them out of the way so then I can concentrate on all of my books for whatever you want on. However, I am sneaking in a few books that aren't tours, just because some of them are like in, I'm reading it in like blocks, so I will just be doing like the day's chapters or whatever. But tour books, we'll go into it now. The first one is Darcy Lane by James T. Graham. I think this is middle grade. Honestly, I don't know what this is about. I can't remember. I just knew it was a short book and it sounded good. It's only 128 pages. It's tiny. It's going to take me an hour or 2. It won't take me long. And it means it can get out of my way once I've read it. Another short book is Innocently Guilty by Aisling Bork. Liz says, when a game of truth or dare turns deadly. Basically, Lottie and Emily are best friends who want more than anything to have the perfect boyfriend, but when a boy is found dead and all eyes are on Lottie, an African adventure awaits that unexpectedly reveals the answers she desperately needs. This was so not part of the plan. So this apparently is a like adventure of love and passion, secrets, and there's like a chilling mystery involved as well. I think it's going to be a very easy read, and again, it's 173 pages, so it's going to be another quick bash out in a couple of hours. Then we have one I'm really excited to get to, The Crossing by Manjeet Mann. This is in verse, and it's I'm not going to go into details. I'll probably talk about what it's about as I read it, but again, this is obviously 300 and odd pages, 310 pages, but because it's in verse and it's not overly much writing in it, I don't think this is going to take me long. It's my first book in verse as well, so it's going to be interesting if I enjoy it. I think I am. Like, the actual plot of this book sounds amazing. It's obviously got your diversity in it. It sounds good, and I think, yes, I'm looking at it and it's verse, and it kind of confuses me. I kind of think when I read it, it won't matter, like I won't notice it, but yeah, I'm really excited to get to this. I really see big predictions for that. Then I've got Alice Shaken and Definitely Stirred by Paula Smith. This is classed as a romantic comedy fiction book, so it's a romance book. It is chunky, but I don't think it's going to take me long, especially if it's romance related. It all depends on how I vibe with the book, really. If I think it's funny and I'm enjoying it, then I will breeze through this really quickly. But it is longer than some of the others. It's 365 pages. But I think as long as I'm vibing with it, like you said, it won't take me long, because I do read romance books in one sitting. So again, potentially this shouldn't take me long. You can tell I've been talking a lot all this week because my throat's gone. I've also got Fear by Matthew Pearce. I think this is a dystopian thriller. To be honest, I can't remember. I think it is dystopian. Whether it's dystopian thriller or whether it's dystopian fantasy, I can't particularly remember. Once I read the synopsis properly and get into the book, I can probably tell you what it's like, which one it's classed as. I'm excited for this. It's 391 pages, so it is a big book. But if I'm enjoying it, then I probably will fly through it too. It all depends on the enjoyment of the book. What are you reading? To do a quick book update because we have read 3 books. It's 9:15 and I managed to read 3 books. We're doing good. So first read Darcy Lane. So I originally said this was a middle grade book. It isn't. I don't know what I was on about, but ignore past Amy saying it was middle grade because it isn't. Basically, this follows Elise Rose, who at 7 years old witnessed her mother get brutally murdered by her then boyfriend, and basically she has got all this trauma that she sort of hasn't really coped with. She ends up living with her grandfather, and she was doing well until she hit 18, but the police came in contact to say the man who murdered her mother committed suicide in jail, and it triggered something, and so she ended up going into a complete psychosis, started hallucinating, thinking she could see her mum and everything. So she ends up getting put in a psychiatric unit, and she was there for just under 2 years, and she was allowed out on her 20th birthday. And basically it's sort of her at age 20, like just trying to cope with life. She finds this house on Darcy Lane, and basically it's her house of absolution. It's the place where she doesn't think of anything. She doesn't think of the trauma, she doesn't think of her mum's death or the man who did it, and like how crap everything was. But she basically sees this house, and she's got all these big plans of doing it up and living there one day. And she ends up meeting this bloke called Jack, who apparently knows her mum. He's the same age as what her mum was, and basically he's a drug dealer. He's not a drug dealer. He's a burglar. But basically, things happen, and the book ends basically with her having a complete psychosis meltdown. She starts hallucinating again because something happens to Grandad. And long story cut short, the end of the book is her going back into the psychiatric unit. I don't know what I feel about this. Like, there was a lot of mental health representation in this, which was brilliant, and I like the fact that it's actually focused on psychosis, which is not often a mental health problem that is mentioned in books. So I thought that was really good. I don't understand the name of the book, and I don't understand the house part. I don't know why that was needed in this book. That just confused me. I don't know how to rate this, and I don't know how to review this yet. Like, I still haven't reviewed it, and I finished this at 5 o'clock, so we'll get there eventually. Also, side note, I didn't start this readathon until 4 o'clock because my daughter didn't get picked up at 3 because her dad was stuck in a massive pile-up crash that was happening on the motorway, so he was stuck in a traffic jam, and then I had errands to run, so I started at 4. But yeah, I read that in an hour, and then picked up Innocently Guilty, which, again, this baffled me. Basically, Lottie gets framed for this bloke's death. She just went on a first date with him, and then he ends up getting murdered, and it was partly done by one of her best friends, Emily. A lot went on with this. I'm not going to go into it because a lot went on, but it ends in a complete massive cliffhanger, and I'm just like, what? And there were some bits were just really far-fetched, and I thought, yeah, that wouldn't really happen. And how are these best friends like forgiving each other when one of them framed her best friend for murder? Like, really? Would you really let them off the hook? And then I read Heartstopper, which is a reread. We won't go into it because I think everyone knows what it's about, and I love it, and it's a reread. But yeah, I'm just so glad to be back in Nick and Charlie's world. And next week I'm picking up volume 2, and then the rest of the weeks will be 3 and 4. I haven't read them. This is the only volume I've read, so I can't wait to find out what happens and everything. But yeah, I loved this. It was 5 stars when I first read it. It's 5 stars still now. And it also ticks off one of the books for Whatever-a-thon, because this was reread a comfort read. So that's 1 book down and 30 more books to go in Whatever-a-thon. But yeah, I'm going to now read The Crossing. I actually started reading some of it already. I'm on page 6, but I'm enjoying it already. And yeah, I will probably book update you maybe in the morning or something, because I'm just going to now concentrate on reading and then probably head to bed later. But yeah, I'll catch up with you tomorrow or something like that, maybe. We'll see. Just finished this. We spent the last 10 minutes crying. I'm going to start crying again, but hey. I know the world is cruel, but like, all these kids, all these people want to do is just have a life to live, to not be abused, to not be put in slavery. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And it's sort of like, I feel shit for being a white person because we're the problem. We're the problem, and it's horrible. But yeah, it's a sad book. Like, it talks about loss. Like, you focus on the 2 characters, which is Natalie, who lives in Dover. Her mother's just passed away from cancer, and Sammy's fled his home from Eritrea and trying to get to Europe because his dad just got murdered for trying to have Eritrea as a better world and for people to have a better life there, and he got murdered for just that. So basically, Natty's world's falling apart, and all Sammy's trying to do is go to the UK to live a better life. And I really want this book to have a happy ending, but did it at all? Like, it is about hope, and I can see that. And with Natalie, she continued her mum's legacy and is helping with refugees and stuff like that. And why does she get a happy ever after and not Sammy? Like, why do people like Sammy not get a happy ending? It's a good book. Like, this is a 5 star. It's just, it breaks my heart. absolutely breaks my heart. And like, I'm a mother, so anything happening to my daughter is like worst nightmare. Just, I felt for Sammy's mum, but I feel for all of the mums out there who are going through exactly the same thing. It's like, this is a fictional book, but it is clear that it is, you know, based on true facts, and it makes me sick to the stomach that our world's like that, and that, you know, why is it not getting better? Why do we have to have Black Lives Matter movement to actually show black people to be important and that they're just human? It doesn't matter that they're a different colour. Last time I sobbed over a book this badly was The Hate You Give, and that like just opened my eyes to everything in 2020. Like, it's still my favourite book, but this is not like, this is just a book that really needs to be read, and it breaks my heart. It absolutely breaks my heart. I'm glad I read it. I'm glad that I got to be on tour for this, but it's just disgusting that this happens, and it's going to keep happening, and nothing's going to change. I'm going to end this because this quote will just stay with me. No matter how dark it gets, there are still stars in the sky. Yeah, I'm going to go and cry now. Hello, it is officially the end of this vlog. I have had a brilliant week, as you can probably tell by the clips that I put in this video. I had a blast camping. I loved visiting Puzzlewood. It was just fun having a right adventure there, and we are actually going camping again to the same area but a different campsite, just to explore a bit more because we loved it, and I think we probably may visit Puzzlewood again. But yeah, it's been a fab week, just enjoying the sunshine, adventuring, just relaxing and having a nice time with my family. I had a good weekend in regards to reading, and this whole week, these are all of the books I have managed to read. So we have read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. So I am going to do the ones that I read while I was camping, and then do the ones that I did for the 48 hour one after. So we've read A Summer in the City. Like I said in my blog, I read and skim read it. I knew what was going on, and I got, I think I had, no, hang on, I had about this much left to read, but I sort of, it was coming clear what was going on, and I skim read the rest and just went to the end to make sure I was right, which I was. I enjoyed it, but it didn't give me the wow factor, and there was just one thing that kind of bugged me, and it's why I sort of was a bit over it. I gave this 3 stars. Still a good like rate for me for books that aren't my usual go-to books. I loved the blind representation in this book, because this bloke, Prue's dad, Vince, is fully blind. And look, he used to have guide dogs, and he was absolutely fine. He was alright being blind. He had his guide dogs to be his eyes, but the government, you know, got rid of some of the money to go towards guide dogs, and he lost his guide dogs, and he's left with nothing. Obviously, Prue, his daughter, is his like carer, or as they both like to call her, his companion. I love the blind representation. When it was talking about Vince, and obviously the when Prue being his eyes going into the story, I thought was brilliant. I have not read many books about blind people that is really focused on it, rather than it being a brief bit of they're blind, blah blah blah. So I really appreciated that. I liked the little bit of Italian reference that was in this book, because Italy is a place that I always wanted to visit. I just adore it. I think it's beautiful, and so I like that. My issue was with the portrayal of Prue. So basically, Prue has a very big birthmark on her face. I think it's either the right or left side of her face, and I understand, you know, if you've got a massive big birthmark and it's on somewhere that you can't hide it, I can get why it will lower your self-esteem and confidence. I just didn't like the portrayal over it, because as much as I understand it, and I understand people who've probably got massive big birthmarks probably feel the same as Prue, but to me it just gave a really bad like view of body confidence. Like, I've got 2 massive big scars on my stomach, and I mean they're massive. They're, you know, it's not tiny, they're huge from here down to my pubic bone. You know, they're gruesome. Like a friend of mine calls my scars gnarly, in a nice way, not in a mean way. But I've always embraced my scars, and I show them when I'm wearing a bikini, or if I'm wearing crop tops. I don't feel ashamed by them. But I do know people in the Facebook groups I'm in for the disease I've got, which is why I've got scars. They absolutely hate their scars and will completely cover it up, men and women included. So I understand it. I didn't like the portrayal of it. Like, it really made it feel like having a birthmark or anything that wasn't perfect is ugly. And okay, the story, as the story goes on, Prue's like personal stuff to herself does improve. Yeah. Look, yeah, like there's a little romance going on and she sort of accepts who she is and all that. But I kind of felt that was because someone was loving her rather than her actually accepting it. Anyway, I just didn't like it. I just felt it was the wrong, like they did so well with the blind representation. I just felt they could have done it nicely to having a birthmark too. And it was just that bit, and like the way it was portrayed to be extremely ugly. I was like, no, like you're meant to put it out there for people who are reading this who probably got birthmarks and stuff and be like, oh, this is me, and this person's actually, you know, accepting it and embracing it. It's just, yeah, that bit really nerked me. And another bit that it was predictable. I knew how it was going to go, and it was good. I'm not saying it wasn't good. I enjoyed myself, and I did breeze through it very quickly, considering, you know, I had only picked it up more when we were heading back home from camping. But it just didn't have that wow factor. There were a few things that niggled me personally, and so I just couldn't give it anything higher. Read that. Then I read A Public Murder, gave us 4 stars, absolutely loved it. This focuses more on police procedural and the investigation rather than like focusing on the murder and then finding out who the killer was. This was more focusing on the investigation and obviously catching the murderer. I loved the main character of this, which was D.I. Pam Gregory. I absolutely loved her. She's very like focused on the work. I thought it was brilliant. She was brilliant. I really liked it was very fast paced. I liked the fact that this was based part in Cambridge, London, but also in Crete. So it had different sort of cultures involved in this book, which I liked. I also liked the archaeology side of things of this book, which I'm fascinated with, but I don't see much in books. And I like that this actually went into depth with some of it as well. So yeah, I did enjoy this. It was very fast paced. Yeah, it was a good 4 stars for me. And then lastly, we did Cut from the Same Cloth. Now, I didn't actually give this a rating when I wrote my review, but in Goodreads I had to, so I gave it 5 stars because it was, in hindsight. This is basically an anthology of different Muslim women who have written essays about their experiences of being a Muslim woman in Britain. Absolutely loved this. This wasn't a book to actually educate you. This was a book to just let these Muslim women speak and have a say in their life and things like that. It was more just a platform for them to get everything out rather than actually educate people about Muslim women and, you know, our portrayal of them and all that. I really, really, really like this. The first one, which was I Am Not an Answer, I Am the Question. There were bits on there that I loved. There was Hidden, which was about how like Muslim Africans were portrayed in history, which that really was a bombshell for me because I have done history. History was my favourite lesson in school. And reading what who was it who wrote Hidden? Asha Mohammed. Reading what Asha said about history and how it's taught and education and how things were taught blew my mind. Also in therapy, that really heartbroken me, to be honest. There was just every single essay in here had something that just moved me or shocked me or went, oh my god. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. Definitely recommend everyone to read this as well. And then we're going on to the books that I read for the 48-hour readathon. So we did Alice, Shaken and Definitely Stirred. I gave this 3 stars. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't vibing with Alice as the character. I just didn't particularly like her. I felt she was a bit self-centered. I think she was a bit rude to people. Her judgment to people was a bit and I just think her priorities were a little bit wrong. But I enjoyed the romance side of things because it was sort of like dating freed men. I really liked Ollie and really shipped that relationship. And I really did like the humour. Like the humour and the banter in this was brilliant. I also liked the friendship and the family dynamics in this. So there were some bits, like the book was good. I can't fault the book, I can't fault the plot or anything like that. And it was hilarious. Like the author, it really is a funny person. If this is actually like her humour and she's just written it in the book. I just really wasn't a fan of Alice. And because she's the main character of this book, it's hard to not enjoy the book, but hard to like sort of, I don't know how to explain it. I just was a bit, like, I don't like you, I'm not bothered by you kind of thing. But I also liked there were these little dream little sequences in the book, which was basically Alice was dreaming and it was sort of like a Bond type dream because she's a massive big fan of James Bond. And in the dream sequence, it's all these different men that she meets, like sort of in her dream and all that. I really like that. I thought it was quite a little good fantastical side of things in the book. Then I read Darcy Lane. So in this vlog, I didn't know how to rate this because I was just full of like, I gave it 4 stars in the end. It is certainly not a book I thought this was a middle grade book because of the cover and because of the vague synopsis of this book. But in fact, this book focuses on trauma, it focuses on mental health, it focuses on like absolution and friends and family and just, you know, trying to get over this trauma. Absolutely loved this. Wasn't expecting this at all, and I flew through this book. I wish it was longer. in some sense, but honestly, James as an author, for the fact that this is his debut, I am shocked because his writing is amazing, the plot of this book was amazing, and I hope he writes more because I definitely want to read some of his stuff, especially the fact that this is a little novella and it packed a punch. Then we've done Innocently Guilty. I gave this 4 stars in the end too because I wasn't sure how to rate it as well. This had like this had a lot going on. There were some bits of this book that I was a bit over, like the fact that like the best friends and what the two of the best friends sort of did. I kind of was like, how can you forgive each other? But the ending of this book was one hell of a cliffhanger, and I think this is actually like a series. I really did enjoy it, I won't lie. There was just a few bits that I felt were a bit far-fetched, and I kind of felt like in real life that probably wouldn't happen, but I can get past that, so 4 stars with that. I managed just to finish Fear. Obviously I haven't gone in what this book is about, but I am on 13 minutes of already this outro. So basically it's a dystopian thriller with supernatural elements. I don't know where the dystopian element was, to be honest. There was no futuristic parts. We weren't like in a different world where I think the dystopian bit was probably the supernatural parts, but I kind of felt actually the supernatural parts are a different sort of theme rather than dystopian. But basically you follow, there's a ritual where there has to be 12 people, and it's like a 12 sacrifices, and the winner of this ritual then gets to be part of this Bantu tribesman. So the winner becomes welcomed into this like group called the Avunei, sorry. And so this one person, so the beginning of this book was a packed a punch. Basically a ritual happened and this bloke won, and he, basically the leader of the Avunei touched him and scorched him, because they have these supernatural beings, turned the winner into one of them, and he literally watched his whole family and friends get slaughtered in front of him, and he had no feelings to it, because out of all of them, this Avunei basically has no feelings, like he does not feel anything. And then it's 1500 years later, which I suppose is the dystopian side of things maybe, but there are 12 bodies hanged in this warehouse, which is a warehouse from this crime boss called Vladimir Markovic, and it's clear that the Avunei are back and are doing their rituals, but a mysterious man is trying to help the FBI who are investigating this, and he's called Adam, who is part of the Avunei, and it becomes clear in the book who Adam is, and Adam is basically a big part of the Avunei, and like, yeah, you know the Adam and Eve story? Adam is Adam and Eve, basically. It's really good. I gave it 4 stars because I felt there were some bits that were a bit repetitive and some bits that were a little bit unnecessary, but honestly, this was just jam-packed full of everything. I loved the supernatural parts, like I really loved the supernatural parts, and it was just written really well. And yeah, it was basically about correcting humanity, because they're saying that humanity's lost all their compassion and things like that, but I kind of felt like the Avunei are doing it all wrong, because they're the ones who aren't compassionate, because they're just out slaughtering people and don't give a flying poop about it. I then read Heartstopper, which was a reread. I'm doing this was one of the books for a prompt for whatever you want to fund, but also I was doing a budget read with a couple of my book club members. I'm not going to go into this, it's self-explanatory. Nick and Charlie, love them, 5 stars. And then the last book that you saw me blubber over is The Crossing. This is 5 stars. I've obviously explained what this is about, so I won't go into it, but let's just say, after I blubbered on camera, it took me another 30 minutes to cry and sort myself out. It's a moving book, and it's a book, if anyone needs to read for 2021, it is this, because, yeah, and I'm actually, there is this book, which is her second book, or it might be a first, I'm not 100% sure, but it's another book by this author, and so I'm going to go and buy it today, because I love her writing, and absolutely, I'm here for the topics she wrote. So yeah, I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. I'm happy. I also did do a little bit of reading of Crave. I'm on chapter 22, page 168, and I also did some sprints where I was reading Getting the Night, and I am on chapter 10, page 101. So I read a couple of them sticking in. But yeah, if you got this far, thank you so much, because honestly this is probably a long one, but you know, that's me. I like doing long videos. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you have anything to say, put the comments down below. If there are any of the books that you are interested in or want to know more about, again, comment below. Or if you've read any of these books, let me know your thoughts of what you thought of them. But yeah, thank you for watching, take care, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.